So we're going to start with just a little bit of alternate nostril breathing. So we will sit nice and comfortably, relax our shoulders, draw the crown of our head up. I smacked my head at the top of the van the other day, so definitely aware of the crown of my head at the moment. So draw that up, align your neck and your spine. And then you're bringing your right hand up, resting those first two fingers in the middle of your brows, ring finger over the left nostril and thumb over the right. And just gently start by closing off the left, inhaling in through the right at your own pace. And then close off the right, open up the left, exhale out through the left. And just gently find your own little rhythm, closing off and opening, and then just trying to lengthen your breath so it's not so short, relaxing your belly, finding that little bit of balance. Just creating that gentle rhythm with your breath. Maybe one side is slightly stuffier than the other. And just try not to feel panicked if that is the case. Just slowly drawing that breath in. But you might find you get that air hunger feeling. And then continue that until your exhale comes out of your right nostril, and then just gently resting your hands on your knees or in your lap, keeping the eyes closed and inhaling in through both nostrils and slowly exhaling out through both. Clearing both sides evenly. And then reach both arms up overhead. Interlace your fingers and then push your palms up. And then a little bend over to the right. A little bend over to the left. Feeling that side stretch. Come back to centre. Keep your fingers interlaced and then just push the palms down so that they're in front of your face, so you're pushing away, reaching into those shoulders, feeling that bit of space in between your shoulder blades. And then release the hands, sweep them behind you, interlacing them to draw them down your back, to open up that shoulder. And then gently release. Going to be twisting to the right, so bring your right hand behind you, left hand to right knee, and then draw that torso round. And then coming round to the left, so left hand behind you, right hand to left knee. And then coming back to centre. Just take note if your legs are crossed, which one is in front. You're going to reach up, take an inhale, and then we're going to fold over as we exhale. So sinking over your crossed legs. And just melting that chest forward. keeping your bottom on the mat. Just gently walk your hands over to the right. Keeping the breath slow the whole time, and then gently walking over to the left. And then gently walking back your hands back to centre, and then walking them in towards your body to lift your chest. You're going to uncross your legs and have your feet flat. I'm going to come into a reverse box before we come in and do the other side. So your hands are behind you, your fingertips are either pointing away or pointing in towards your body, depends what your wrists are like. And then you're just going to push your hips up to the sky and try and create that box shape. Allow your head to relax wherever, so whether it be resting back or drawing your chin to your chest. You'll feel that in your shoulders if they're quite tight. And then slowly lowering your hips down, bringing the cross of the legs in the opposite way that you've just done. So probably the uncomfortable way. So inhaling, reaching up, and then exhaling as you fold forward, reaching forward as far as you can. And using that inhale and exhale just creates that little bit more space around your belly. This time walk over to the left first. Just walking around, keeping your bum on the mat. And then gently all the way over to the right side, keeping in that forward fold position. And then slowly walking back to centre, walk those hands up. You're going to bring your right hand by your right hip and then reach the left arm up and over to the side. So feeling that stretch all the way down that left side. And then up and over to the left for stretching out the right side. And then come back over each side, over to the right. And then over to the left, just in your own time with your breath. And then back up to centre. Twist into the left first this time, so left hand behind you, right hand to left knee as you twist that torso round. And then coming round to the right, so right hand behind you, left hand to right knee. Twisting round. And then back to centre. Both feet flat again, one more reverse box. So finding that hand placement that works for you. And then you're going to push those hips up to the sky, not holding your breath. And then slowly lowering down. Keeping those knees bent and the feet flat, you're just going to slowly curl yourself onto your back, all the way down to the mat. So trying to use that core nice and controlled. And then bring your heels in towards your fingertips, fingertips towards your heels. And then push the small of your back into the mat, and then push your hips up to the sky. Here you're going to interlace your hands underneath you and then just position yourself so you're almost sitting your shoulders you're moving your body so your shoulders are underneath you. And then push those hips up a little bit more, push your hands towards the floor. And then releasing the hands and slowly lowering yourself all the way down. Hugging your knees into your chest and just allowing that little circle movement or rocking from side to side. And then dropping that left foot, hug that right knee into your chest. You can let that left leg go long if you want to feel a bit more of a stretch. And then just circle that right foot in one direction and then the other. And then swap legs, so hug that left knee in, straighten that right leg or bring a bend into it. And then just gently rotating that left foot in one direction and then the other. Then you're going to bring that right knee in, let that left leg go long and just draw your head, your forehead to your knee. Gently lifting that left leg off and we're going to swap knees. So literally like we did, but we're engaging our core. So keeping the shoulders off, keeping that leg off. You're going to swap left leg and then right leg. So just keeping that movement going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then hug both knees in, relax those shoulders down. Popping both feet flat and then just bringing that right ankle to that left thigh, coming into that reclined pigeon. So either staying there or interlacing behind that left thigh or holding onto that knee and really allowing that body to find that stretch. So holding it for a little bit longer, gently drawing it in as it starts to release. Using that time to focus on your breath, even if your mind does want to wander off. And then gently put that left foot down, keep your legs in that reclined pigeon position, and then bring your arms out into a T-shaped, and then you're going to come to cactus arms. So palms facing up, hands up in the direction of your head, and then you're just going to drop that right foot to the left. So you're keeping your legs in that reclined pigeon position and then just allowing them to drop and feeling that gentle twist. Trying to expand that rib cage on the right side. And then engage in your tummy to bring those knees back to center, dropping that right foot, hugging the left knee into your chest, let that right leg go long, lifting your shoulders off, forehead towards your knee. We're going to do 10 more of those little knee pulses. So swap knee, right knee, left knee, right knee, keeping the shoulders off for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug both knees in and then drop those feet, taking that left ankle to the right thigh now, and then hugging in either underneath your thigh or on top of your knee as you draw it into your body. And taking that time to just let it release. So gently gently drawing it in as it starts to release, and holding it, allowing it to stretch. And then slowly dropping that right foot to the floor, bringing your arms out into that T-shaped, and then slowly just take those hands up towards the direction of your head, so still on the mat. Legs are staying in that reclined pigeon, and you're dropping that right foot over, left foot, sorry, over to the right. So feeling that gentle twist. And then using that tummy to bring those knees back to center, dropping that left foot onto the floor, bringing your feet up so that you're in almost like a reverse box. So your knees are over your hips, nice. And then you can bring your arms out into a T-shape, and you're going to drop those knees over towards the right. Don't let them touch the mat, and then sweep them up and over to the left. So nice and slowly, using that tummy to bring them up and over one side and then the other. Probably traveling down your mat. I feel I'm going to roll down the hill. But try and keep that alignment so that that knees are over your hips. And then you don't have to go all the way to the floor if you're struggling to bring that those knees back up. Just go over as much as you can. And then really using that tummy to draw those knees up and over. And then come back to center, keep those feet lifted still, and then you're just going to tap that right foot to the floor and then bring that knee back so it's stacked on top of that hip. Left knee, and then back up. And then keep going, just tapping each foot to the floor, nice and gently, nice and controlled. Two more. And then squeeze those knees in. Gently rock from side to side. Crossing your ankles, rocking yourself all the way up and over into a tabletop position. You're going to pull your heart through, coming into that cat-cow. So allow that tummy, it's quite a nice stretch after a little bit of core. So draw that heart up. And then as you exhale, coming into that cat position. Keeping that focus sort of around where your hands are, and then drawing that chest through. And just moving with your breath to feel that stretch. And then come to that neutral tabletop position. Knees out wide, sink your hips over your heels and walk your hands forward, coming into your child's pose. So just allowing that tummy to relax and release. If you find that that wide knee is too uncomfortable, just draw those knees back towards the center underneath your tummy. Take your left hand towards the left hand side of your mat, bring the right hand on top, and then just tip that right shoulder as if you're trying to reach into the floor, and you'll feel a little bit of a stretch. So you can kind of go into it and then release. And then walking your hands over to the right, so bring that right hand and then left hand on top, and then as if you're trying to bring that left shoulder down to the mat in the middle, stretch around your shoulders, and then walking them back to centre. Lifting your hips up, bring those knees underneath your hips, walking yourself all the way onto your tummy, coming into a forearm like your Sphinx position, and you're going to pull your chest through, try and lift that heart. Your feet are flat on the mat, and as you exhale you're going to lift your hips up and then look for your toes, so it's a bit like a forearm plank. You can drop your knees if that's too much, and then you're going to lower your hips, lift that heart, take that inhale. On the exhale, push into those flat feet, lift those hips, look for your toes. One more, lift that heart, and then exhale, lift those hips, keeping those knees down if you need to, and then look for your toes. Slowly lowering those hips down, hands underneath your shoulders, find yourself into downward dog. So whether you want to come through plank, whether you want to come over hips over heels, and then lifting up. Pad one heel down, then the other. And then bringing your toes together so they meet in the middle, and bring a bend into your knees, and then just drop your hips over to the right, and then up and over to the left, so you'll feel that stretch. So just move in between that, bent knees, up and over one side and then the other. And then finding yourself back to centre, space in between your toes, and then finding yourself at the top of the mat. So whether you want to bounce or walk, come to the top of your mat, stay in that forward fold, knees nice and soft. Inhale, reaching those arms up out to the side overhead. Exhale, connect those palms, hands to heart center. Just check your feet, keeping them underneath your hips. Relax your shoulders, draw the crown of your head up nice and tall, and then just draw that right knee up towards your chest, and then out to the side. Back to center, and then out to the side. One more to center, and then as you come out to the side, finding your tree. Whatever your placement is, find your balance and your focus, and just check you're not gripping with those toes, your shoulders are nice and relaxed, and you're not holding your breath. And then you're going to reach your arms up overhead, interlace your fingers, palms facing up as you reach, and then do a little bend over to the left. Really use that tummy, and then nice and controlled, you're going to take that right leg out to the side. See if you can tip a little bit more, and then back to center. Release those hands by your side. Just check your feet alignment. Inhale, reach those arms up overhead, connect those palms. Exhale as you draw them down to heart center. Left knee into chest, and then out to the side, and then back, and then out. Take it back, and then out, and then find your tree placement. You you might find you need to adjust it a little bit. And then again, check sort of from your toes up, not holding your breath, not gripping with your toes. Reach those arms up overhead, interlace the fingers, push your palms up, so you're really stretching nice and tall, and then a little bend over to the right. Do it nice and slowly, because then you can catch yourself if you do feel like you're going to wobble. Oh God, I said the word wobble. And then nice and controlled, taking that leg out to the side, and then see if you can go over to the right a little bit more, and then back to center. Release those hands by your side. Inhale, reach the arms up all the way overhead, and we're going to exhale, fold forward. So folding forward, knees nice and soft. Come into a flat back, so bring the hands underneath, pulling that heart through, and then folding forward. Taking the right leg back behind you, dropping the right knee, hand inside that left foot, and then you're going to circle this left arm. So you're going to reach the left arm forward and then back. Reaching it forward and then back. So if you're trying to reach for your toes. And then reverse. So bring it back and then round. And then we're going to bring the hand to the inside of that left foot, walking it across if we need to, and just stretching those hips out. So you might want to use your fingertips to create a little bit more height, or you might find that you want to go really low. But just finding that position and allowing your hips to sink in. And then slowly start to straighten that left leg, coming into your half splits. You can keep your hands on the inside of that knee. And then just walk between the two. So pushing those hips down and then straightening that left leg. Trying to do both rather than avoid the one that you don't like. And then bring your hands forward, keeping that knee bent. You're going to reach the left arm all the way back as if you're trying to reach your toes. Here, if you want to, you can try and bring that right foot into your bottom. You might find again you just need to bring your hips back like we just did to hold on to that foot, and just ease yourself in and out of it. And then release. Hand to the inside, bringing that right foot to the outside of that right hand into a squat. Reach your arms forward. Connect those palms, come to standing as you draw your hands to heart center. Walk those feet underneath your hips. Take an inhale, reaching all the way up. Connect those palms, folding forward on your exhale. Knees nice and soft. Inhale, come to a flat back, pulling that heart through. Exhale, fold forward. Taking the left leg back this time, dropping that left knee to the floor. Circling that right arm forward and back. So try to do 3 in one direction. And then change direction. And then on the third and final one, bringing the hand to the inside of the right foot, and then either coming onto your fingertips so you've got that height, or you're coming low. Depends where you're at. You can walk those hands forward. And then walking through in between your Ardha Hanuman, your half splits and that lunge. So sit in those half splits for a little bit first, just so you can feel that stretch along that hamstring. Draw your chest through, push your bottom away, and then walking between the two. So bringing those hands forward and then walking them back, in your own time. And like I say, try and do both as evenly as possible. No matter how many times I keep doing this, I literally, my hamstrings don't feel like they get any easier. One more, and then bringing yourself all the way forward. Hands to the inside of that foot, dropping that left hand, reaching the right arm over and all the way back to your toes. So you can stay there, or you can bring that heel into your bottom and feel that stretch. Again, you might need to bring your bottom back to find that foot, and then just play with pushing that weight into that front foot, hips forward, opening up that shoulder. And then gently releasing that foot, hand to the inside of that right foot, left foot to the outside of the left hand, coming into a squat. So keep that bum down, reach those arms forward. Connect those palms, draw those hands to heart center, straighten your legs. Inhale, shuffle those feet underneath your feet, and then exhale, allow your shoulders to drop. Tucking the right leg behind your left. That's it. You're going to inhale, reach up, and then exhale, fold forward. So bend in your knees as much as you want to. Allow that head to be heavy. And you can always walk them over to one side, then the other, finding that nice stretch, or just stay hanging over the middle. And then slowly curling up, arms up overhead, connect those palms, exhale, draw those hands to heart center, untuck that leg, taking the left leg back behind this time, finding that balance, reach those arms up overhead, take the inhale, exhale, folding all the way forward, softening those knees, finding that nice little stretch. Doggy, shush. And then slowly curling up. Keeping the legs crossed, we're going to come all the way down onto our bums. So see if you can come all the way down. Nice. Lowering your bottom down, hugging those knees into your chest. And then either rocking from side to side or circling your knees. And then drop your feet, knees bent, and then just bring them over to the left and the right. Just gently rocking from side to side. And then coming back to center. And straightening your legs into your Shavasana or keeping them bent. Bringing your arms out to the side. Or resting on your body, gently closing your eyes and relaxing your face. And slowing the breath down, sinking into the mat. Just scanning your body from the crown of your head to the tips of your toes. As you sink a little bit deeper. And just keeping the breath as your focus. as we have all of these distractions that will continue around us. Relax your shoulders, your neck, allowing the rib cage to release and expand. Keeping the breath just through the nose if you can. And just building that practice of, even when your mind does wander, just bring it back to the breath. Allowing yourself a little bit of space and stillness. In this present moment. Listening to the sound of your breath, feeling your heartbeat. And just taking note of this time. So the stillness that you create yourself, that can be there at any time. Heavier, noisier. And relaxing your whole body. And gently start to wriggle your fingers and your toes, rotating your wrists and your ankles in one direction and then the other, and then allowing the body to stretch, arms and legs overhead, not your legs overhead, but arms overhead. And then scoop your knees into your chest. Allow yourself to gently rock from side to side, and then falling to whichever side. Staying there for a moment, keeping the eyes closed, and gently, with as minimal movement as possible, bring yourself to seated. Keep those eyes closed, shoulders dropped, breath nice and relaxed. Relaxing your face, softening your jaw, and then gently drawing the crown of your head up, just to align that neck and that spine. Try and carry yourself with a lifted heart throughout the rest of your day. Inhale, reach those arms up overhead, connect those palms, seal the energy in, and then slowly draw your hands to heart center. May you feel safe and loved. Bring your thumbs up to your third eye, space in between your eyebrows. Namaste. Thank you for joining me.